We'd been led to believe Aaron Hamill wasn't in the squad, but he was out there stripped and went to the bench. He might be the fourth interchange. And straight away, Everett knocks it out of the middle to Lowe. His hand pass back was a little bit slick. Thompson gets it out, but it's beautifully intercepted by Whitehead. Off to Williams. Williams out of the middle to centre half forward. It gets back behind them. Here's Troy Gray, former Sydney Swan, going for the boundary line and finding the safety. But just as St Kilda were bursting down to their forward line, it was the intercepted hand pass in the middle, and Adrian Whitehead turned things around for the Blues. Glenn Manton there came across from Essendon to Carlton, disgusted that he was dumped by Essendon, a team he'd supported all his life, and played in a premiership for the Blues. From the boundary throw-in, that's going nowhere. Who do you like today, Pete?
I think I like the Saints, and particularly at this ground, wide open spaces. They've got a lot of runners, and 8 or 9 really good runners, Drew.
Got a dangerous situation here. At the moment, Carlton are trying to get Bradley onto Harvey, and St Kilda are trying to get Thompson onto Bradley, which means Williams is a bit spare. With a bit of space, Greg Williams will kill the Saints.
There's Thompson trying to get away with a hand pass. It's forced further afield. Matthew Hogg kicked off the ground by Aussie Jones to the half-back area. Rob Harvey's after it. Hogg handballed it back in, but it just crossed the line. So it's slightly towards the half-forward area. There's the important player. One of the best players in the game. Certainly one of the best to watch. Well, that might have been in the back to Everett. Umpire didn't think so. Peckett was trying to crash his way through, and the umpire in the meantime had called for a bounce. There's Luke O'Sullivan, had an outstanding game last week, over 30 possessions. So big game for both clubs. Everett against Allen. Everett tapped it down. Harvey couldn't get his boot to it. Everett in after it. And they're trying to get that. So there'll be another bounce. Jason Cripps, number 18. And he's developing into a good, honest player, Jason. Again, it's Everett and Allen. Well, no decisive hit out. Fraser Brown. Quick kick down towards the half-forward line. Nathan Burke goes for the line and puts it over.
Koutafidis on Nathan Burke. Look at the size difference there between those two. Now Stephen Kernahan to contest the ruck work here. He's been picked up by Wakeland. Bit of a task for Wakeland. Everett out of defence, back towards centre wing. Allen takes the mark for the Blues. He's taken over from Justin Madden in the ruck and the seniors. Big Harry played in the reserves. Murphy unmarked at half forward, too far out to score. Long kick to the top of the goal square. And eventually rushed through by Gray for the first score of the game. Been an ugly sort of a start to this game. And the Blues are on the board with a point.
Justin Pickett. Beautiful kick in. Finds Everett. He was looking for a hand pass to give off then. So a very important player also for the Saints. They rely on he and Stewie Lowe taking a lot of marks. They've been using Everett more on the ball in recent weeks. There's Joel Smith. Now, did he keep it in? Umpire said he did. Whitehead has it taken away by Barry Hall, who drives it to the half-forward line. Sexton and Lowe, almost a free kick to Lowe. A little bit stiff. Here's Lappin, very quick Lappin. And an ordinary hand pass, but then he goes and gets it himself. Aussie Jones playing for a free kick. Sexton caught a little bit high, actually. Ratten, Whitehead, advantage called as Allen breaks away and drives to the wide open spaces, but it's Cripps. It's all St Kilda out here.
Oh, Jason Cripps is about 30 metres in the clear as he picks up on the true centre wing. In short to Harvey. What a player he can be in these spaces. And Burke has drifted right up the ground. Nathan Burke right half forward, a centering kick. Players looking into the sun, but it didn't stop Peter Dean. Silvani. And Kernahan well up the ground, takes the mark, and here he is, back behind the half-back line, Stephen Kernahan. Wakeland has come with him. Kick by Kernahan. Lowe is there for the Saints. Knocked down to the front to Ratten. Ratten bounces it inside the 50. Open forward line for the Blues. Thompson there. Solid tackle once and twice. Thompson lost it. Taken by Murphy. Snapped by Murphy is offline and through for a behind.
Yes, and Thompson backed himself in then. almost got into all sorts of trouble. There's Murphy, a very dangerous forward. Is a beautiful kick. Carlton bench. There's Peter Schockman, the phys ed man at the bottom there. Brown. Peckett might have to come back here onto his right boot and drive it wide. Well, it's 1-on-2 here, and the bounce beats them all and over. And probably a good thing with 2 against 1 there. So it's still at half forward. It is a lacklustre sort of start at the moment, but I'm sure it will build up. It's such an important game. That's Glenn Manton there on screen. Now Ratten driving it. Everett should mark. Oh, he's dropped it. Dangerous. Whitnell latches onto it, and he's kicked it behind. So the Blues at the moment letting the Saints off the hook.
Lance Whitnell, the leading goal kicker for the Blues this year with 17. Just a teenager. Justin Peckett. Well, he's not sure where to go. He can come in short to Brown, but there's hardly any advantage in that at all. Another short one, still deep inside the 50 to Shanahan. Now the hand pass out to Thompson. They worked it pretty well, the Saints. Thompson straight up to half forward. Hall. Lappin. Beautifully. He saw Aussie Jones going past, and Jones kicks the first goal of the game.
Yes, that's just a magnificent finish, isn't it? I mean, it's the first time that St Kilda have gone forward. Aussie Jones out on a wing. Carlton have put their main defensive tagger, Matthew Hogg, out onto Jones. Such is the way they see Jones's value to the Saints to try and cut him out. But this time, when he got on the end of the ball here, Lapper just worked his way through. Left foot, one shot, curled the ball back. Really a fantastic finish. A very talented player is Aussie Jones.
Well, we just saw the way that St Kilda can run that ball. It was a beautiful kick by Thompson. Good handball by Lappin. Beautiful finish by Aussie Jones. That's Fraser Brown down to Kernahan, who gives it off to Bradley. To the half-forward line. Manton latches onto it. Good give. Luke O'Sullivan. Oh, they've missed another one. They're behind. So that's their fourth. They've had all the play, and yet they trail on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't necessarily indicate what's happening in general play. I mean, St Kilda are leading by 2 points, but the ball is really, this first 7 minutes has been in Carlton's forward line, except for that one thrust, which resulted in a goal.
Peckett gains some ground and now kicks to half-back. Gray in the chop. Kernahan punches to the front. It was taken by Cripps. Cripps steers the ball to wing. And Smith marks. Top mark in front of Andy McKay. Joel Smith for the Saints. Cripps had gone on and hadn't been picked up. Great evasive skills. To centre half forward. Oh, Heatley. Jason Heatley, who kicked 3 in the first quarter last week at Subiaco. Thumps it long below. Well, that would kill you, wouldn't it? You go forward twice, they look like getting 2 goals.
Yes, the game is about scoring goals and not just scoring behinds, and the morale that it gives the team is much, much more than just the 6 points. In that situation, Heatley ignored Lappin, who was actually clear inside 50, and went long with a torpedo punt. He didn't get onto the torpedo, and it's really luck's a fortune, because as it dropped short, well, Lowe just happened to be in the best position. Sexton just was playing for the longer kick.
Well, great start for the Saints. 2 moves forward, 2 goals. Two goals to 4 behind.
And certainly, I think, a good confidence booster for Stewie Lowe. I mean, St Kilda have been playing well recently, but Lowe himself has just not been getting a lot of the ball. Been manned up for some very good opponents. Glenn Jakovic last week, Barry Stone the week before. Well, he's on one just as good today in Michael Sexton. But again, this kick dropped short. Sexton just couldn't quite readjust its positioning, and we know once the ball goes into Stuart Lowe's 2 hands, it's going to stick.
8 points the margin in favour of the Saints. I was with you, Lee. I thought that Lappin should have received the pass before, so it was a little bit of luck involved. Oh, here's Nathan Burke receiving from Everett. Heatley has it punched away by Silvani. Well played by Lowe. Good football by Lowe. Lappin is very dangerous. Which way will it bounce? No, a good mark. Racing back by Adrian Whitehead. They really do have a good defence or an ordinary kick. It may come off. Fraser Brown, an underground hand pass that one. It was good play to Sexton. Back to Brown. Kernahan couldn't mark. Here's Aussie Jones. JR very quick, St Kilda. Oh, Jones, beautiful kick, finds Lowe. Oh, there's Everett at the back. Oh, he's gone short, but he's still got a chance. Good play, Lappin. Down towards Everett. Oh, almost holding the man. Holding the man, yes. The big Everett, and Justin Murphy not happy. But I think it was there, all right.
Oh, absolutely, and it's just a difference. Peter Everett, he was midfield in the centre square when that flurry of possession started to go forward. He charged into the forward line because he knows he was there to get on the end of it, and the kick was a poor one, dropped in front of him, but then the tackle was just held too long, and then the holding the ball was a pretty obvious decision.
Peter Everett, he may sneak out to the left and open up the goals here. He's not. Yes, he does. One step, then bang. Oh, it might be another one. I think it is. Yes. Well, what a start to the Saints. About 3 times forward lead for 3 goals.
Well, already, I mean, I think we can talk as much as we like, but it's an absolute fact. St Kilda are a quick team and Carlton are a slow team. You look at the key positions as much as the midfield. Stephen Kernahan at centre-half forward. He's a pretty slow player now for a key position player who sticks, and even Wakeland's going to be quicker there and all over the field at this point. Once they get the ball, St Kilda are going to outrun the Blues.
Peter Everett on the board with his first goal. The Saints have 3 to Carlton's 4 points. Allen goes up against Everett. Down to Burke, who shrugs a tackle. Goes out wide. Smith, number 4. Taken round the neck. And will get a free kick for the high tackle. Well, the Saints carrying all before them at the moment.
Again, they were first for the ball, weren't they, Lee?
Well, an extra leg speed gets you there.
Kick by Joel Smith. Deep inside 50. Low! Paul might have spoiled him. Comes out to Brown. In the goal square. Oh, great mark. Full-back of the century, Stephen Silvani. Never took his eyes off the ball.
Yes, it'll be a big game for Jason Heatley. The kick in. Oh, Everett came in to lend a hand. Good play by Big Spider Everett. He hooks it back. Danger because Hall is marked 25 metres out directly in front. What a start this to the Saints.
I think the free kick is actually being paid there to Heatley before the mark was taken. Silvani was holding on. Yes, all of a sudden, all the momentum has just completely swung St Kilda's road. The way Peter Everett is running around midfielder like a rover at the moment.
He's really in tip-top form, Everett. Now, this will give Heatley a lot of confidence to get a goal early on Silvani. He is directly in front for their 4th. And it's right through the middle.
Yes, and now we look at the scoreboard now. 4 goals straight to 4 behind. St Kilda, first bit of the game, Carlton win control, late kick behind. Now St Kilda have taken over. Going up the middle is always dangerous, particularly to a small player like Hogg. And once Everett got there, he crumbed his own spoil. And here there was a matter of a raffle almost between the St Kilda players. Hall would have marked it anyway, but of course Heatley got the free kick. So Carlton are really going to have to turn this game around.
Back in the middle, and can the Blues stem the flow? Allen tries to take clean possession. Bradley tackling Burke, and that'll be a ball up just alongside the centre circle.
It's importantly, isn't it, that when Nathan Burke, he gets a lot of those tough balls at centre bounces, doesn't he? Gets it forward.
Yeah, very, very good little midfielder.
Already with 3 kicks, Nathan Burke. Allen got a fist to this. Bradley running past the Rhino. Luke O'Sullivan. Gray did well. His kick went backwards. Murphy a threat, but Hudson from the back pocket. Former Queenslander. And a beautiful kick to Burke. He's got runners going past. This is Troy Gray. Kick by Gray over centre wing. over the head of Harvey. And Hogg very happy to see it out and away from Aussie Jones. Little Aussie has had 2 kicks, one a raking left foot goal and the other a perfect right foot pass to Stewie Lowe.
Anthony Koutafidis hasn't touched the ball yet with Nathan Burke playing on him. So not only is Burke getting kicks, he's stopping Koutafidis. And there he is doing the ruck work, Koutafidis. He tapped it down too. Oh, well done, Brown to Joel Smith. Down the hall, it's over the back with Whitehead. Oh, he's lost it. Smith dives on it. Oh, great play by Smith. Off the ground by Hall, across the face, and Silvani quite happy to let it roll over.
It's an interesting matchup here with Burke on Koutafidis. I think Burke's only going to stay on Koutafidis if it's around the midfield. I think if this happens, David Parkin will probably put Koutafidis up into the forward 50 where his marking power is much more pronounced. But at the moment, the St Kilda have got all the matchups right on getting the ball.
Lowe's kick, that's almost going to be an own goal, but it doesn't go through. Out of bounds might do the Blues here, but it's kept in by Dean. Outside of his foot. Now Jones is just burning Hogg off here. Hard to stop Aussie Jones. Tony Brown. Whitehead the hand pass. O'Sullivan gets rid of Jones, the tackler. Intercept by Gray, who's been all right. Kick by Gray to centre half forward. Hall is there. At the back, Bradley crunched by Everett. Saints have it again. Zilla to Harvey. Concedes some ground. Brown loses it. Hogg. The Saints are worrying them out of it. Cripps a good hand pass to Robert Harvey. He doesn't kick many goals. This is the pass out wide. A dive and a mark dropped by Heatley. Play on. The umpire will ball it up.
A good diving attempt. It was a little bit wide. The pass from Robbie Harvey. The idea was right. And he had a fair bit of it, but then lost it as he hit the ground. The bounce still inside 50 for the Saints. Barry Hall, he did that well. Joel Smith, danger, he's clever. He goes to ground end. This could be off the ground. He missed it low. What a great camera shot of that. There's a flying kick by Stewie. Lowe has just missed the ball.
What I was interested in was he actually being tackled and pulled off the ball? Let's have a look as he throws his foot at the ball. He's pulled off the kick. It's got to be holding the man.
Yeah, it was holding the man.
Got to be holding the man.
Dead right when you see it in replay. Still Lowe hooks it back. Still danger for Carlton. He missed it, Fraser Brown. Taken away by Andrew McKay, and it bounces over the line.
Well, you could say no more than Carlton are under siege at this point of the game. I mean, it's just you wonder where is the turnabout going to come, because St Kilda at the moment are just about dominating in every position on the field.
St Kilda have turned their season around after a very slow start. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Cripps floats a hand pass high. Bradley and Allen virtually left it for each other. Allen off the ground. Great hands by Everett. Heatley!
Made the push.
So Hickmott gets the free kick. Heatley was well within goal kicking distance, only about 25 metres out. Across to Bradley. Poor disposal by Craig Bradley. Straight to Aussie Jones. Runs around. Hall works to the back of the pack and marks. Well, this Carlton defence has been impregnable for a couple of seasons and they're cutting it to pieces.
Well, at the moment you don't see it very often. The St Kilda forwards are actually marking the ball, partly because the ball is coming in quick. You'll see all the defenders are off their men because the ball is rebound. They were looking to run up the field, and as soon as Jones gained possession in midfield, played it on quickly, then there's gaps between the St Kilda forwards and the Carlton defence, and they've judged the ball well, Hall.
Barry Hall from no distance at all. Gets the Saints 5th. Well, I'm speechless.
Well, he's a very impressive player, Barry Hall. Still only a young fellow. Well, he's probably just 20 years of age. That's still pretty young compared to me. But nevertheless, he just throws himself at the ball. He didn't have to extend then, but when he really goes for the ball, he's got a terrific balance and coordination between his hands and his eyes, and looks a very promising, tough marking player.
Well, Carlton will have to do something shortly. The Saints 5 goals straight. They look a very, very skilled and fast side. There's Everett doing well. Burke, look at him. Oh, he is a good player. Nathan Burke at the centre bounces. Taken away by Hickmott. Finds Bradley, but they're under pressure at the moment. Bradley finds Andrew McKay. Now they're a chance. Out wide is Whitehead. He drives long. Kernahan. Oh, courageous effort. No mark. Wakeland tries to boot it out. Troy Gray. Shanahan. Hudson. Everett. Oh, look at that for teamwork. Shanahan. Gray. Oh, bad play. That's holding the ball. Oh, lucky Troy Gray. O'Sullivan. He's gone. Knocked on by Ratten. Off the ground by McKay. Kudafides his first touch. Murphy. Oh, it's all St.Kilda. Joel Smith. Pickett. He knocks it on. Now Hall. Look at the backing up here of the Saints. Now Burke.
Well, a few disposals didn't go to hand, but didn't seem to matter for the Saints. They just had numbers. Here's Burke running up the ground off Kudafides. McKay goes to ground under Peckett's tackle. Ratten a clever spin. Bradley. Back to centre wing. Everett. Oh, not quite. Play on. Cripps has been good. And he's passed a Hall a bit too fast for him. Harvey just outside 50. Watch out for Robert Harvey. It bounces. Won't get to the goal line. Lowe is there. Hickmott for the Blues. Towards the outer side. Space for Whitehead. Carlton still looking for their first goal. Centre of the ground. And the mark is taken by Adam White. To half forward. Here's Kudafides. At last. Well, he's a champ, Kuda, but hasn't been in it so far. Gets to the back of the pack. Kernahan, no distance. Has to go again. Off the ground, a minor score from Whitnell.
And what you tend to... whole team, and everybody starts to get the yips in there kicking for goal. Carlton desperately need the first goal just to let themselves settle, get the composure again.
Well, it's 5 scoring shots each. 5 goals straight to Saints, 5 behinds to Carlton. Here's Hudson. Just over 5 minutes left this first term. Max Hudson. He's going to transfer play here. He's backed himself in. Oh, dangerous. Joel Smith, Hudson again. Oh, gee, they're playing with confidence. Troy Gray, Hudson, Jason Cripps. Up in the air it goes. Lappin. And flying at the back was Harvey. Lappin. Here's Aussie Jones. Stewie Lowe. Oh, bucket hands goes up. Bang. They don't slip out of there, Lee.
No, that was a fantastic contest. Terrific kick by Jones. It goes just out in front. I mean, Sexton is a superb defender, and if the ball hadn't been just, it's been another 6 inches sort of closer to Lowe, Sexton would have scored. Have a look at this. He just got his hands out far enough. Sexton couldn't get the fist at the ball, but the kick was the good one from Jones. It allowed Lowe to run full pace into the flight of the ball.
Well, Stewie Lowe must be loving all these little fellas streaming down the ground with the ball with pace and getting it to him quickly, with his kicking for his second from about 45 metres, and his kicking has improved over the years. Let's see what he can do. He struggled a bit with that one, and out it goes and through for behind.
Yes, whenever it's probably a 45-metre kick, that's Stuart Lowe's maximum distance. He has to time them perfectly, and quite often in trying to kick them that bit harder will actually kick inaccurately.
Blues have made a change with 19-year-old Darren Hume playing his third game. Come onto the ground to replace Whitehead. Silvani into McKay. Just 4 minutes remaining in the first term, and the Blues still looking for their first goal. Big leap by Gray. Smith taken off it. Sexton, who's been a great defender for the Blues this year, is kicked near centre wing. Kernahan slides over the line. And Wakeland's done pretty well on Steve Kernahan. And we'll have a throw in at centre wing. What a start by the Saints. There's Hume, the long hair, number 47. Boy from Frankston. No distance in the kick. Play on, said the umpire. Hume again to Kernahan. Murphy. That didn't go 10 either. They're under pressure, the Blues. There's no doubt about that. That'll be a baller.
So almost on centre wing, there's Jason Cripps. It's St Kilda's side. You can see they're just the confidence is flowing right throughout the team. Huge win against the West Coast over in the West. They've really lifted their spirits. They're looking like a final side at the moment. Again, a throw in. 3 minutes till quarter time. Stan Alves would be a very happy man, but I'd hate to see David Parkin. It's the first 7 minutes of the game. They dominated at Carlton. There's Williams. Peckett tried to press with Hume, did well to Bradley. Bradley kicks. They might get a mark here. Kernahan, no mark. And no free kick. Good umpiring because there was no free there. Shanahan drives. Kudafides, look at Burke, putting the pressure on and forcing the ball out.
Well, you say sometimes a good big man will always beat a good small man unless the small man's Nathan Burke. He does some amazing one-on-one competitive jobs.
Kudafides still wearing a bandage on his forehead from a head knock he received about 3 weeks ago. Ratten burrows in. Here's Hogg, who's had trouble with Jones. Burke has been fantastic. Actually, Jones had his back to it.
Isn't that a fantastic credit to Nathan Burke that a coach would put him on a Kudafides around midfield, giving away that much height?
He'd make a good captain of Victoria, Lee, that little fella.
Yeah, he would do that.
Oh,
he would do that.
He'd be fantastic.
Bruce Lee is coach of Victoria. State games next weekend. Ratten eventually gets it out, but too late. The umpires come in, and is he picking out a free kick or just a baller? A bit going on in there. Cripps and Murphy, and a free kick to Murphy. And Murphy's kick short of the goal square. Kernahan, yes! Well, surely the Blues will get their first goal. They're playing 27 and a half minutes.
The St Kilda player claiming it came off his hands there.
Well, it might have, but I think when it comes off the top of two players' hands, the player who comes down with it's always paid the mark. And how many times have we seen Kernahan get that final mark to this critical stage for Carlton? He's fluffed a couple, finally got one, got a shot here from 25 metres out. And
Blues first.
Well, that's an important finish, isn't it, for Stephen Kernahan? I mean, he's playing up at centre-half forward. I mean, obviously lost a fair bit of mobility loss. And here we go, the situation how the ball got there in the first place was that aggressive tackle from Cripps on top of the pack. I think the umpires have to pay more of those. When the bloke's on the bottom of the pack, he needs some protection, and I think it's good umpiring to make sure players don't fall aggressively on him.
Oh, just look at the replay of it. I didn't think there was a lot in it, Lee. That free kick, but still, it was paid. Bradley. Punched away by Shanahan. Important minute here for Carlton. They could really do with another one. Thompson gets it to Peckett. Here's the little champ, Nathan Burke. Oh, he went without it. He's got his mate, though, there in Harvey. Up he goes, Robbie Harvey, with that shrug. Oh, a bit of a whack behind the play here. Barry Hall gave one across the chops, and I think they're going to lose it. Gee, Stan Alves will be ropeable about that because they're often running.
Yes, that high shepherd, it is annoying when you've got the ball and teammate trying to do the right thing and protect his teammate who has possession of the ball, but yeah, the high shepherd turns the whole thing around.
Well, they might end up getting a goal out of it. Ratten receives from O'Sullivan. No mark. Over the back is Hudson. He goes wide to Ozzie Jones, who bends it back. Here's Hall.
And Dean, a hand pass over his shoulder. Hit that ball very hard. Cripps, and what a hand pass. 25-metre hand pass to Tony Brown. Out wide to Heatley. Silvani's come right out to the 50. Steve Silvani goes on with it. Off the ground and out of bounds.
And look at that look he was giving the umpire. He looked like he was being held on a little. That was, if looks could kill, that umpire'd be dead by now.
Yes, but he gets on with the business, Stephen Silvani. Doesn't often.
He looked a bit nonplussed.
Yeah. Smith, and the ball pinned to him, so the umpire will ball it up. Last minute of the first quarter. Blues started well, didn't get the score on the board, then the Saints kicked 5 in a row before Carlton got their first goal. Bounced by umpire Martin Ellis. Ratten for the Blues. Open space. And the ball out of play. Probably no more time for any scoring in the first quarter. Actually getting a sunny afternoon out of the start to the day we had, with plenty of rain during the reserves. And a reminder that in the reserves, the Saints won by a point, and it was totally different. St Kilda kicked 12-18, Carlton 14-5. And in the seniors, the Blues have been inaccurate and the Saints accurate. Thompson's kick right on the siren. Well, what a quarter for St Kilda. 5-1-31, leading Carlton 1 goal 5-11. Second quarter about to get underway here at Waverley. Fine and sunny. Whatever breeze there is going right to left, but hardly worth anything. So that'll favour the Saints, if anything, in this quarter. Here's Greg Williams for his third possession of the game. To Bradley. Booming kick to full forward. Whitnell. Manton, can he keep it in? The backhander did keep it in, but only for the opposition. Gray. Burke near the boundary line. He's got Harvey running for him. Look at this kick by Burke. That is pinpoint accuracy.
Yes, great kick. And Harvey latches onto it. He's almost on centre wing, Robbie Harvey, as he drives a high one, a floater to half forward. Dean went the punch and missed it. Here's Matthew Hogg mopping up. He bends it back. He kicks it straight to Joel Smith. Geez, a classy player, this kid. In towards full forward. Knocked out of it was Heatley. Over the back is Lowe, who kicks and has goal. What a great start to the second term as Stewie Lowe kicks his second.
And that turnover, wasn't it? The Hogg left foot kick. He went round the corner, but straight to Joel Smith. And then all of a sudden, it's on the rebound you get caught out, because all the Carlton defenders will be coming off their men as Hogg had the ball. But when it came back in this situation here, over the heads, no one could judge it. Really just a bouncing ball, and through it went. So Stuart Lowe, been in a pretty ordinary form by his standards recently, but against a very good player, 2 goals already. He's having a good day.
Well, Hogg's having a nightmare. That was his first kick, straight to the opposition. His opponent, Jones, had 7 kicks in the first quarter. Back in the middle, and Allen wins. Bradley missed with one off the ground. Tony Brown. It spills to O'Sullivan. Now Manton, back to Williams. He gave it up to Peckett. So the Blues just not hitting targets at the moment. Hogg leaves it for the man who's going goalwards, McKay. Crowd reckon he ran too far. Kick by McKay to Bradley, who marks 35 metres from goal.
Yes, and this Bradley Harvey duel's an interesting one. They've both had plenty of the ball. Harvey's had 7 odd possessions. Bradley's had about the same. It's a question who can be most effective with their disposal and getting forward and having a shot at goal. That's the ultimate effectiveness.
Craig Bradley very good in the first quarter. Coming up for his 8th kick. Steers it low but right. Fancy him missing from there.
Well, as Lee said earlier, once you start kicking behind, it's amazing how it
spreads through. He just didn't have a go at it, really, did he? He just sort of tried to steer it through instead of just driving the ball.
Peckett, lovely kick in. Oh, almost dropped by Cripps. Now, they're calling for it because the crowd was, Harvey receives from Shanahan. Here's Aussie Jones. The crowd roar whenever there's a loose man available out at centre wing. Here's Jones. Oh, good looking kick. Low. Might have been interfered with. That's Hume. Now McKay to half forward. And out comes Whitnell. Good mark. There's no one back in the square. Now that's a beautiful kick to Manton. Well played by Whitnell. He's off Manton. Stabs. Oh, don't tell me he's missed that as well. He has. He's missed it from 20 metres.
Yes, well, he could have gone back and had the set shot. Cripps, in fact, didn't quite guard the mark closely enough, and Manton came on and played on. Have a look at this. Cripps, he's complaining. Should have been guarding the mark, but nevertheless, it should have been a certain goal. I mean, open goal from 15 metres out. No one between you and the goals. Carlton just can't get them through. It's not their day.
He was giving his teammate a serve.
Here's Gray, who's had 8 disposals. Shanahan to Burke. Why wouldn't you? He's got Everett up on centre wing. Everett was closed down and Burke couldn't get it to him quickly enough. Nathan Burke, phenomenal player. And he puts it up to a big pack, short of half forward. Whistle's gone, push out. St Kilda free, and it's going to nearly the skinniest in the pack, Lappin. To centre half forward. Heatley gets behind Silvani. Bradley. He's worked hard at both ends, Craig Bradley. Kilda hand pass out. Silvani. Straight up the ground. Williams. They're still hooting Greg Williams. He's had more appearances in court this year than a QC. Comes back to Burke. On his own was Hall. Threads the hand pass through to Thompson. 51 metres out. Andrew Thompson. Low jump. I think he might have given away a free.
Yes, he was unlucky then, Stuart Lowe. He actually should have marked the ball. Once he jumped on Sexton's back, if he didn't try and mark the ball, he was going to be free kick. Have a look at this. He's first of all, I don't think he knew whether he should have shepherded. And again, he put his hands away from the ball, and once he did that, well, it had to be interference.
Koutafidis couldn't mark. Hume, well done by Burke. Quick little give, and then goes in and grabs it again. He's a tough little cookie, number 3 for St Kilda. And he's having a big influence on this game. He's already had 6 kicks and 6 handballs, Nathan Burke.
What role have you got for him next week, Lee?
He could play anywhere. That's the great thing about Nathan Burke. He can play back, forward or midfield. He's a terrific little player.
That's Ratten getting it to McKay. O'Sullivan ducked ahead. The Rhino, good play. On to Koutafidis. Here's Whitnell. He moves very well, and that is a lovely mark by Whitnell. He'll have to kick it 52 metres. There's no one back in the square. Now Kernahan is trying to make a lead. Whitnell's going to have a pot shot. No, he just steadies himself.
He's slightly into the breeze here. Let's see if he can make the distance. That's held up.
Now, Carlton could still mark him, though. St Kilda player got in front. Now, is that Aussie Jones down there?
He just happened to be against Koutafidis. It wasn't
50 metres.
He's not Koutafidis' direct opponent, just happened to be there for that contest. But he got in front. Doesn't matter how tall you are, you can't play from behind. Jones got the front position and got the free kick. Here we are to the over the shoulder. That's both hands on top of the head. Very strange, that one. But then Murphy dropped the ball, which was the 50-metre withdrawn from that.
Well, Jones has found Brown. A couple of good Anglo-Saxon names as Brown drives it to full forward, and Silvani back with the flight. Gee, reads the play well, Steve Silvani. Oh, dangerous kick. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Hall. He'll play on and kick a goal, probably. No, he's hooked it, I think. But, oh, some of that field kicking.
Yes, no, it was a very poor disposal by Silvani. If you kick the ball back down the centre corridor out of defence, you've got to make sure you find the target, because you miss the target, it's an automatic shot at goal from the opposition.
Murphy's come off, disciplined for giving away the 50-metre penalty, and he has been replaced by Adam White. Here's Williams. Beveridge is on for the Saints. Hudson spoils discipline from behind. They could win the football inside 50. McKay for the Blues. Had to go for the line. And wins a throw-in. Back 6 for Carlton, which, well, they're missing Ange Christou today, but they've been so settled and virtually impregnable for a couple of seasons. And they're really facing up to it today. 6-2 to 1-goal-7.
Low against Koutafidis, taken by Bradley. Bends it around, a one-on-one contest, and probably just got over his shoulder, Justin Pickett, and Luke O'Sullivan will take this free kick. He's at half back. He drives it to the wing. Man in front. Very, very good mark to St Kilda. A top mark. And it is Jason Cripps.
It's Wakeland. Actually, he's doing all right.
In fact, it was Wakeland. Back to Cripps now. Cripps to half forward. Sexton came flying across the front. Koutafidis couldn't take it. Desperation by all players. To be a bounce. Half forward for the Saints.
And if he can hold his own against Steve Kernahan, that'll be a feather in Darryl Wakeland's cap. Well, neither coach really happy, even though the scoreboard is well in favour of the Saints. Bounce here by umpire Nash, just outside the 50. St Kilda in attack. Allen for the Blues to Whitehead. McKay once again looks for the line.
It's interesting little games within games. As we know, Burke has been taking Koutafidis if Koutafidis is in midfield, not following him everywhere. Now Carlton are trying to get Ratten onto Burke, and Brown is the fourth player pushed forward. It's interesting games within games around midfield.
Stewie Lowe, Gary Ablett-like, clean possession out of the boundary throw-in. Hume goes for the boundary line. McKay, hand pass smothered by Harvey. McKay flips the ball forward again. It's still in. Hogg. Kernahan caught behind Wakeland again, and Wakeland the free kick.
Well, you play in front, you'll get free kicks. He gives it off to Cripps. Now Cripps is going to transfer play here. You can see Hudson. Well, Hudson a bit of an up and under kick, but it'll come off to Gray. Troy Gray. They've got the loose men out here, St Kilda. Peckett and Burke. Peckett will get there first. Back to Burke. Terrific football. Good running. Good backing up. And Burke drives it in, and a mark to the big hands again of Lowe.
Yes, no contest there. Again, the turnover out of defence. When the ball came out of the St Kilda defence, they just had the numbers everywhere, St Kilda. Again, the ability of the Carlton midfield to run hard enough to put pressure on the ball carrier coming forward. Lowe, look, a lot of space. He just got clear of Sexton. You can't cover them all. And a beautiful kick by Burke just to get it out in front, just set Lowe up beautifully.
So the big full forward come centre half forward, come everything. Even in the ruck sometimes, big Stewie. He's kicking for his third. And even though that Carlton defence is outstanding, when it's been bombed down like that and at speed, it's very, very hard to combat. Low for his third. It's a goal. Three goals to Stewie Lowe.
Yes, and again, Nathan Burke. I mean, he's been doing everything today, Burke. And the St Kilda midfield, not only have they got their specific matchups, they're doing it smart. Like as we've said, Burke is trying to pick up Koutafidis around midfield. But if Koutafidis go forward, Burke doesn't go with him. He stays up. So there's good flexibility in their thinking. He's getting a lot of the ball. And then a beautiful, just fantastic execution. Some of the kicking into the St Kilda forward line has been brilliant.
Well, the use of Burke has been just fantastic by Stan Alves. He's had 13 possessions. Everett hoiks the ball out of the centre circle. Heatley back to Burke. Bradley at half-back. Didn't handle it cleanly. They've lost it. Harvey gets it going forward. Robert Harvey out of the air. Low. Another one. Stewie's kick 4. What a pasting this is. 8-2 to 1-7.
And Greg Williams being interchanged as we speak. Now have a look at this situation. Tackling's what it's all about. Burke got it forward. Carlton got first hands on the ball, but claimed. As soon as the ball went forward, Robert Harvey was running onto it. We could see he couldn't take possession. He was Carlton players everywhere. The little kick off the ground. Stuart Lowe, terrific goal. It's just all working for the Saints, and Carlton just can't get into this game.
4 goals to Lowe. Brilliant little kick in mid-air by Harvey. Now Everett just takes it out to Smith. Oh, he breaks the tackle easily, Joel Smith. Down towards the dangerous Lappin. Bradley is there. He'll probably go over the line. It's eventually forced over. So it'll be a throw-in at the 50-metre line, but gee, you can't see Carlton really getting into this match.
Well, it's obvious. I mean, it's now a 7-goal margin, and 6-goal margin to be exact. 37 points to be absolute exact. But yes, Carlton are going to have to do something special to get back into this.
Oh, Lowe palms it down beautifully to Smith. Hickmott got a hand to it. But they've got the fumbles, the Blues. Whitehead. Nobody to kick to, so on a long lead is Whitnell. Set up beautifully for him. Gray, well done. The ball spills, it comes to Burke. And open spaces, Beveridge too slow. Played a lot of reserves footy this year. The step up caught him.
Didn't have the rear vision mirrors.
Sexton quickly takes it for Carlton. Murphy was interchanged, has won a reprieve. There's another fumble by Hume. And the Saints have got it out. Who's that man? Nathan Burke. Ball. Oh, this is just magnificent. Heatley gets the hand pass in. Now Lappin, unmarked inside half forward. Joel Smith. Low. And off his hands and through for a behind.
Yes, that was a goal gone begging. They've gone pretty well today, St Kilda, but at that stage they had the free men in the forward 50, but the hand pass from Lappin was just a bit late. If it had been out in front of Smith, he would run right into the open goal instead of having to turn and come onto his left foot.
Yes, if he had given it initially, it would have been a gimme. There's the kick in to Manton. They're under siege, as Lee said earlier, and just nothing happening for them. There's Murphy. It's good disciplined play then again by Hudson. Caught behind, he just thumped it. So it's still in that, well, not far from the 50-metre area. As Murphy's already been benched for an undisciplined act. Everett's made a big difference since he's been playing more regularly in the ruck for the Saints.
Well, he's, what, about over 200 centimetres. That's where you should be playing. Any player of that size playing as a key forward is going to be extremely vulnerable. He's got to mark the ball a lot because they're going to be very slow on the rebound out of a forward line. But in the ruck, where a bloke of his size has to be, Everett has been a really specialist last few weeks.
We're finding that with Paul Salmon too, with Hawthorn, of course. Brown, Heatley, socked away by Silvani. Silvani again, but oh dear, they've got a touch of the fumbles too, the Blues. They're not playing with much confidence.
Well, speed is good to carry the ball, but it's also a great advantage to get there quickly to tackle, and the St Kilda speed to get quickly to the Carlton ball carrier is causing these kind of fumbles. You know the pressure's there.
Manton bangs it out. Thompson. And a good kick. Low in the goal square. And the ball rushed through for a behind. He did very well there, Peter Dean. Not a bad kick by Thompson. 8-4 St Kilda, 52-13, 1 goal 7 Carlton. Kernahan's gone to full forward for the Blues, and at the moment Allen is at centre half forward playing on Wakeland.
Tell you, he'll get cold down there. It's just not going down there.
Kick by Silvani outside 50. Allen's come up the ground, crunches the pack, no whistle, comes to Whitehead. Now Hickmott.
Centre wing, desperate play by Troy Gray. And good effort too by Lance Whitnell, and once again Nathan Burke, who's in that pack, he just seems to cover so much territory and get to the contest. He's had 10 kicks and 6 handballs, Burke, and numerous shepherds, and well, he just does all the hard work. Ratten trips over his teammate then. Luke O'Sullivan is tackled, and the umpire will bounce.
Wakeland hasn't had a kick yet, but he's tackling and really making things a contest.
8-4 to 1-7 in favour of the Saints. Oh, free kick there. Was that against Murphy again, I think? Now, here's Aussie Jones. Oh, he loves to run. He can give it to Harvey here. No, he elects to come inside. He might run round. No, he won't. He'll bring it up. Oh, danger here because Hall punched away by Dean. Here's Lappin. He's very, very dangerous round the goals. He bends it back, but not far enough, and he's put it out in the full. He's not happy with himself because Stewie Lowe was waiting for it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of flair, Matthew Lappin. Trouble with that, you sometimes do the low percentage things too often. Really, the ball should have been to the front of the goal square from that angle over his left shoulder.
Heatley outside the 50, attempting the mark. Comes to Tony Brown. Hurried left footer. Silvani is there. He played on.
That's got to be holding the ball.
Well,
that's got to be holding the ball.
In terms of having a prior opportunity, there was one there.
Well, he took
there. Look, he's off.
Well, yes, he played on, but I mean, I do think you should get 2 or 3 steps prior opportunity. and he got one step. He'd been called play on, and I think if your player takes one step and he's he's in possession, then I think the holding the ball rule's a joke. So I think that's good umpiring. Happy with that.
Robert Harvey. He's kicked another one. Oh, just shaved the post.
Now, to finish that one, no, I mean, he certainly took the one step and that was play on, that was fine. But then when he was tackled, I don't know whether the extension is, yes, he had prior opportunity to get rid of the ball, it should have been holding the ball. But that'll be an interesting one for talking footy. I'm sure we'll have a good look at that tomorrow night.
I agree with you, Lee. It's fair enough if they're consistent stick to that perfectly.
And I think he stepped over the goal line.
He gave himself away by going wide of the white line, and you've got to have 1 foot inside that square. And obviously he didn't.
We might wait for the ball to go out of bounds next. We have a former umpire on the boundary line with us. We'll ask John Russo his opinion of that one.
So here's Everett and Lowe taking on Allen. Oh, still in front of that St Kilda goal.
And it's interesting, these situations here, all Carlton want to do is force a behind. Very dangerous area. So St Kilda have got to force the ball back into play. Let's see what happens.
And being benched again for Carlton is Justin Murphy, so I don't think David Parkin's too happy with him. There's Dean going for the big fist, flicked over the back by Silvani for a behind to the Saints.
John Russo, do you reckon Silvani was holding the ball?
No, I don't, Drew. I mean, obviously, it's play on once he's taken one step other than over his mark, but then between that moment and when he was tackled, I don't think he had an opportunity or a prior opportunity to dispose of the ball. So I'm comfortable with the way that was called.
Righto, here the Saints, they've won a turnover again at half forward. Smith down to the forward pocket, it stays in almost for Beveridge. Silvani's been in the play all day because that's where the ball's been.
Getting back to that umpiring one, there was one with Beveridge when he came on the ground about 10 minutes ago. Exactly the same thing, he was pinged for holding the ball.
I think he'd taken the 3 or 4 steps. That's the difference, I think, Pete.
Yeah,
okay.
But anyway, it's a contentious one.
Heatley. Well, Hall got hands to the ball. Stopped Heatley having a kick at it. Bradley out of the 50. Oh, Everett. It's too low to the ground for big Spider Everett. Bradley working hard, but it's all under pressure and in the heat of the moment. Oh, Adrian Hickmott. That's a throw in on the 50.
They're like a swarm at the moment, St Kilda. Every time there's a contest, it's 2 or 3 St Kilda players versus 1 Carlton. They're just the old numbers to the ball, the most basic thing in football. They're getting their players to the contest.
Bradley's had 10 kicks, but I don't know how many have been straight to a teammate.
There's a free kick coming back here on the half-forward line. I think it's going to Everett for a ruck contest. He's dominated the ruck.
Let's have a look at this. Oh, yeah, grabbed the left arm. I mean, sometimes the ruck free kicks, we all shake our heads, but I think he had hold of his... Allen had hold of Everett's right arm, so I think that was fair enough.
I reckon, Lee, this guy is just really starting to mature as a footballer. Early in the year, he was playing some ordinary football, and he just lifted, hasn't he?
He's got enormous talent. He's got terrific agility for a big fellow. He's got the height, he's got the skill. He could be anything.
So Peter Everett from 50. Oh, it's off to the left. And should have been putting it to the goal square, and he has missed. Not happy with himself, the big fella. He's a pretty good kick for goal normally.
It is an interesting haircut, isn't it?
He said during the week he doesn't have to wash it because it's the dreadlocks. He likes it like that.
Yeah, good way to get rid of your opponent too. Here's McKay still in the back pocket. 5 minutes remaining in the first half, and Carlton just don't do that when they're running hot. That ball bounced out, although Everett says, umpire, didn't you see that? It was out in the full, but it will be a throw-in. Allen goes in against Everett. Overrun by Beveridge. He's had few opportunities in the senior side this year. With Luke Beveridge playing just his 4th senior game today. Fraser Brown spent a fair bit of time on the bench for the Blues.
They've just got no one at the moment, Lee. Look like exciting
well,
them.
They just can't get clear. When they do get the ball, they're being tackled. So there's just no run or flow in the Carlton game at all.
Well, Kuda Fides, he cannot get into the game. I'll just pick up his stats here. He's had 2 kicks and 1 handball, and it's nearly half time.
Yep. Yes, no, he's just not in that all.
So half forward as Everett tries to flick it with the right hand, taken by Fraser Brown. Joel Smith waits underneath it again. It's going to favour Hudson this time. Here's Peckett. He's happy to try and let it roll to the line, then off hands and over. Right in front of our commentary box. There's Darryl Wakeland. Kernahan's still down at full forward. It's not coming near him, and he's got...
Well, in the inside 50s are 13-4 in St Kilda's favour in this quarter, so they've just dominated.
That was Lance Whitnell. Well, look at the pace of Jones. And a nice kick around the corner. It should be a Carlton mark. It is. Sexton. Now they might be able to get something going. Whitnell, Hickmott, Bradley, Kernahan and Shanahan. No mark. Shanahan right onto him. The big Steve Kernahan knocked it straight to Nathan Burke. Oh, it's not their day. Everett waits underneath and has taken the mark on centre wing. Danger. This is real danger for Carlton here. Oh, poor kick by Everett. Almost looked as if he kicked it straight to Sexton.
I would have thought so.
Okay, to Hickmott. Carlton have managed just one goal. Hickmott's kick astray. Hodgson got a little touch. Smith breaks the tackle. Here's Cooter to get a rare touch. A little hand pass to Whitehead. McKay. McKay's kick to half forward. Manton. Low! Well, here's a man who's kicked 4 goals and he takes a mark at half back. Jones across to Cripps. Brown. 40 metres in the clear on the outer wing. He draws a man. Finds Peckett. Any amount of players on the inside. Smith, 60 metres out from goal. Everett, beaten to it by Welsh, who's just on the ground and takes a mark in his first minute.
Well, there's good mark to Rowan Welsh. Silvani. Kernahan's down in the half-back area. O'Sullivan. So Luke O'Sullivan from centre wing. They can't get it past their half-forward line at the moment. Troy Gray putting the pressure on young Lance Whitnell, and over the line it goes.
And this is Stewie Lowe. He's up in the ruck now, Lowe. He's having to run around, and Everett is having a spell up forward. That was the kind of grab he probably could have taken on the goal line earlier in the quarter, really, but he was trying to do the team thing, but terrific. And he's back in form today, Stuart Lowe.
Sexton wins. Ratten's kick very high, not much distance. Courage needed by Burke. Punched away by Fraser Brown. Hume got the hand pass, but straight to Burke. Umpires put the whistle away. And now he'll ball it up just outside the 50. And prior to the game, I mentioned that game in 95, when at half-time Carlton were goalless. They won't be much better today. They've kicked 1.
Well, they're on top everywhere, these Saints. Backline, oh, there's holding the man behind the play. Oh, gee, everything's going their way. Thompson, the umpire spotted something. Hall has taken the mark. They certainly look a good side. Brown. Not a good kick that by Brown. Silvani read it beautifully. Here's Manton. Umpire letting him go back. McKay, they need a mark here. It's kicked up high. Kernahan he was in the perfect position, the captain, and he's taken a nice mark.
Yes, he has. He's taken 4, maybe that's 5 marks for the game. Kernahan, but had a lot more opportunities that he just has almost taken, but Shanahan has been able to spoil. So, like the Carlton team today, Kernahan, he's probably been their only potential marking forward at this stage. But that was a good one. Caught behind, but judged it well.
Now he's kicking for his second, and boy, to say they need a goal here is an understatement. They really need a few in a hurry. Stephen Kernahan. He looks happy. He's kicked the goal. So 2 goals for the number 4 for Carlton, and they trail by 6.
Well, to say they need, that's an understatement. I mean, really, I think they're pretty lucky to be in, would be pretty happy to within 6 goals. If they can pinch another goal in this last minute of play, then maybe they got some chance in the game, because St Kilda this quarter, the last 20 minutes have just been so dominating, but haven't quite got the score on the board.
In this quarter, Carlton kicked 1 goal, 2, while the Saints have added 3-6. Everett down to Burke. There's no mark. Comes off to Dean. Puts it out wide for Manton. He's got Bradley in support. Robert Harvey just lopes after the ball and finds Hall. Wakeland drifting up from half-back. Saints everywhere in midfield. Cripps. Beautiful. Heatley. Oh. And he's not happy with the treatment he got from Steve Silvani.
It was a good transference though once they won the ball out there, and Cripps coming forward. When you're kicking to the leading play, you have to keep the ball low, allow him to slide into the ball. If a forward is able to slide into a low chest mark, absolutely impossible to spoil from behind. And Cripps, really the thing wasn't more than probably 3 feet, a metre off the ground the whole way from kicker until Heatley marked the ball and has a shot after the siren to just add another goal to St Kilda's lead.
Well, they'll be kicking from about the 50-metre mark after the siren. Kicked 4 last week in Perth, his old stamping ground at Subiaco Oval. This for his 2nd today. Oh, poster. Smashed into it hard. Well, slightly disappointing end to it, but a magnificent first half by the Saints. They've had 16 scoring shots to 9 and have absolutely run Carlton ragged in the first hour of this game week.
Well, yes, I think the scoreboard says it all now. I mean, early in the game, Carlton just kicked inaccurately and they just couldn't make the most of their chances. But once St Kilda have been in charge of this game, even then I didn't think St Kilda scored as well from the amount of ball they had in that quarter. But eventually it's a nice 6-goal, 37-point lead as we go to the half-time break. And really, I think Carlton must have nightmares coming to this ground. St Kilda's pace is really just showing them up.
So away we go for the second half. Can the Saints keep it up? Everett with a big leap. And Burke, where he's been a lot today. First there, right under the pack. But he's also been out in the open, delivering the ball beautifully to teammates. And Silvani has gone to the forward line for the Blues at full forward, playing on Wakeland in the goal square. And Kernahan's come out to half forward, who's kicked their only 2 goals. In the first half, Nathan Burke had 18 possessions. Aussie Jones, 12 kicks and 1 handball. And the leader for the Blues is Bradley, 11 kicks and 1 handball. Here go the Saints again, through Brown. Well inside 50. Dean couldn't take the mark. Sexton's there. Polak's to the ground. Has he kicked it or after? It's after. It's a relayed free to Koutafidis. He hand passes to Hogg. Kicked by Hogg to the 50. Hume caught underneath the ball. Thompson, good mark.
He's improved rapidly in the last few weeks, Thompson. He's become a pretty solid player for St Kilda. We didn't know him much a month ago.
Andrew Thompson, he's kicked it straight to Hogg. Here's a chance for Carlton. Given up by Whitnall. Back it comes to Murphy, who bends it back at goal, but Everett is there to trap it. Good play by Big Spider Everett. Read it well, and Kessel he's found Nathan Burke. Now Burke has got a lead out here. It's Stephen Zilla. So Zilla, who's well known as a real good little tough stopper. Now he transfers play here to Everett. Everett has marked.
The Academy Awards are over for this year.
But he's given it off here to Cripps. Cripps is going to drive it wide. Here's Aussie Jones. Oh, cleverly. Well, the idea was right. Hudson wasn't ready for it. Adam White off the side of his left boot out on the full.
And Carlton well given up on the idea of Matthew Hogg out there now. White is out there on Jones. I think Hogg is in the midfield trying to see if he can stem the flow of possessions being accumulated by Nathan Burke.
So Shanahan, the ever reliable fullback, He doesn't get beaten too often, Jamie Shanahan. Centre wing. Wakeland waits at the back. Kernahan, a big fist, and puts it over the line.
Turned his hand to journalism, Jamie Shanahan. Good article on Dermot Brereton during the week. Asked a lot of good questions.
Keep him playing.
Yeah. Kernahan in the ruck against Everett. O'Sullivan has had some wonderful games recently, but today 8 possessions, which doesn't sound like a lot, but there's a lot of teammates who've had less.
And Rowan Welsh out in the ruck now in this second half instead of Matthew Allen, just to see if they can get a little bit of mobility from the ruck situation. I think that's what that would be all about from Carlton's point of view.
Bradley and the ball back out of play.
A lot of people think of mobility and speed only, and team speed only comes from their running players. It's as much to do as their ruckmen and their key position players, how quick they are, as it is how quick their so-called midfield is.
So Everett, he's rucking well, got his hand to it. O'Sullivan sharked it. Well played, Luke O'Sullivan. Then he chips it into half forward. Silvani appealing for a free kick. Shanahan's with him. Hudson. Bounced right on the line and over. And you can hear the roar. Steve Silvani. There's Thompson. There he is, down at full foot. Gee, the two fullbacks against each other.
Even at full forward, he gets his body intertwined in his opponent, Stephen Silvani. We know he does it up the other end.
Well, he has over the years gone down the forward line and kicked a few goals. Now, Everett, he is dominating the hit-outs. Welsh did that very well. Ratten, well done. But Murphy couldn't take it. Here's Harvey. It was a free kick behind the play here, and will go to none other than Nathan Burke, who will transfer play here and find Cripps.
If anything, Robert Harvey might have been a bit quiet. He leads the competition in hand passes, but it has only 3 today. Here's Zilla. Up towards half forward. Low. Works to the front. Spills to Ozzie Jones. He burns them off. 48 metres out. What a goal by Ozzie! He's kicked a left foot and a right foot.
It is absolutely exhilarating when a bloke backs himself, and this last a couple of months as Ozzie Jones has developed as a player, he's got a bit of confidence in his speed now. Fantastic skills. Look at this. The ball goes through midfield. Zilla's the one, pops it out. Lowe makes the contest, but Jones will be the ground level player. Let's have a look here. Ball goes to the ground and he backs himself. He knows I can outrun the big ruckman. Inside 50, just a fantastic look. The goal umpire did not move. Fantastic football from Ozzie Jones.
Ozzie Jones has kicked 2 and 2 running goals. Fantastic to watch. Zilla bends it back to Lappin. He can't quite hang on to it. McKay. Jones is in there again. But Lee, if you were coaching a guy like Ozzie Jones, you'd give him his head, wouldn't you, and say run and bounce.
Absolutely. He has got the speed to break the 50-metre line, and even then he kicked the ball from just inside 50. He probably could have ran another 10 or 15 metres. I mean, you've got to back your speed if you've got it to get close to goal and make a certainty of it.
And his first goal early in the game was on his left foot. Absolutely. From about 45 metres.
Beautiful skills either side.
Hickmott putting teammates under pressure. Eventually Ratten to Hogg to Koutafidis. Getting the Bronx cheer, Kouta. That's a perfect kick, Whitnell. Koutafidis very quiet. He's had just 3 kicks. Lance Whitnell. You'd think he'd kick it from there.
It's one of those things that happen. Bradley dropped into a space goal side, and sometimes when your team's struggling, you think, I want to help win it for them, and I'm not sure whether Whitnell just didn't want to see Bradley on that occasion.
He is their leading goal kicker for the year. He goes at this one and misses away to the right.
Bradley wasn't happy, I don't think, Lee. I'm a bit with you.
Well, Bradley was in front of Koutafidis to receive the hand pass. Kouta decided not to use him to go to Whitnell. Bradley ran forward into the 50 and still didn't get used. And, Bradley would be thinking to himself at the moment, maybe there's no point running. They're not going to use me.
Diesel Williams on the bench. He's had just 6 possessions.
Here's Hudson. Off the ground, he's got speed also. Here's a push behind the play. It's going St.Kilda's way, advantage. Heatley can give it to Jones. No, he won't. He draws the man and kicks it high. Where's Lowe? Hall is there. Can't mark. Still a chance. Silla to Lappin. Lappin is brilliant team play by the Saints.
It certainly is. I must say, I think all of us over this last 5 or 6 weeks are coming increasingly impressed with St Kilda. What they're capable of now, I think, is quite exciting, but what they may be capable of in a year or two, because they've got so much growth and youth in their team. And we see this Lappin is just one of them. Barry Hall's another one. Didn't mark the ball. Zilla was the one who gave the hand pass. Very exciting player, Matthew Lappin. There's plenty of him in the Saints team.
Well, who would have thought this turnaround in St Kilda when they won just one of their first 5 games this year, and every question that Stan Alves had to answer was how long was he going to last as coach. Now look at them. Joel Smith. He just said to Hickmott, see you later. To the point of the goal square. Off hands, low crunches through. McKay. Oh, he might lose it. He's outnumbered here. Oh, well done, Andy McKay. Welsh. In low to O'Sullivan. White running through the middle, running into a dead end. Hudson got him. The Saints will win the ball. Burke floats one over the top. Here goes the man of the moment, Ozzie Jones. What a kick to Everett. And Lowe was there as well. Dean under pressure. Hickmott.
Adrian Hickmott, centre wing, Murphy, caught behind, oh goodness me, umpire, that was Nathan Burke's mark.
Let's have a look at this. I think
it's got to be Burke's.
I thought Murphy got his first hands on it, even though Burke did bring it down, but we might have a replay at some stage. Another talking footy this far.
His Koutabidis, gee, it looked like a Burke mark to me, as we see Koutabidis go for goal and he's missed. I reckon he at least had half of it, Burke.
I got a feeling that actually the first grab was Murphy's. Let's have a look. Whoa! It's probably one of those 50-50
balls. You'd have to at least bounce it.
Probably a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, maybe pay the man in front of anything.
Peckett. Here's Cripps, unmarked. There was nobody within 25 metres of him. Out to centre wing, but he's given it straight to Welsh. Slides the hand pass round the back of Jones to Whitehead. Whitnell. Murphy. Oh, he's had a dirty day.
Boy, he's got a few mates, Drew. A few mates in blue Guernseys today just haven't been able to go this tempo at all.
They're not getting any easy kicks, are they?
The St Kilda players are at them. They're using their speed to get there to chase and pressure as well.
Everett and Welsh. Oh, Everett just stood there like a great big lamppost and took that ball at the back. Fisted away by Dean. Bradley. O'Sullivan, Ratten. Oh, they're going to lose it again. Ozzie Jones thumps it over the line on centre wing. And he is an exciting little player.
I saw the game 2 years ago when Carlton were goalless to half-time against the Saints. And I thought it was physical pressure that day. Yeah. Rod Keogh played and he ran at a few Carlton players early. And after that, they didn't want to know. But today it's been pace rather than the physicality.
Well, we thought that before the game when in our summary we said they'd be too quick.
Well, I think Carlton always have the tendency to be a bit slower. Now with Christo out injured, Camporeale only just resumed in the reserves, and they're 2 of their real quick players, so that slows them down even more.
There's Stanley Alves, and he would be a pretty pleased coach at the moment. The side's on a bit of a roll. There's an enormous win to beat West Coast in Perth. That's Cripps. Here's Andrew McKay, still battling hard as he always does. They need a mark. Silvani a chance to knock it on. Troy Gray is there. Hume also, I think it came off the Carlton player's foot and just rolled through for a behind.
Look at that, 46-point lead. Burke, who played just about his whole career in that helmet, might be an advantage to him. He might be able to go shopping and not be mobbed in shopping centres because people wouldn't recognise him there.
Not sure what this was. Is it a step over the goal line or is it a free kick to Carlton for a Shepherd? I've got to figure what happened at out near the 50-metre line when they were setting up for the kick-in, that there was a free kick paid against St Kilda. So the ball goes. John Russo, did you see exactly what happened down there?
Well, I didn't see what the decision was for, but Andrew Coates has played a free kick from the mid-zone, so the ball has been sent back to the end zone for a free kick to be played on the end of the kick-off square, as you saw. It would have been where the catchers were sort of setting themselves for that kick in, but free kick by the bloke 50 metres away from the ball again.
Well, there's something more for talking footy. It might run 2.5 hours on Monday night.
Yeah, there's plenty happening in footy this weekend.
Well, it's the only way they look like getting a goal, Carlton, because they really haven't looked like scoring. Well, a goal to Carlton to Hogg, and they need plenty more of them. It's the only way they look like scoring one, but it might lift them. Ratten. Silvani is there. Troy Gray. Now Whitnell. And every time a Carlton player picks the ball up, there's someone harassing him.
Yeah, St Kilda pressure's been excellent.
Lance Whitnell, goalless today. He's kicked 3 behind, so he's been the main problem in Carlton's score of 3-10. Everett works to the front. Hurried kick there by Whitnell. Out of defence, Gray. Chest mark Lappin. He wanted to play on. Cripps. He's been very good. He's up to 18 possessions. Low. He kicked 4 in the first half, but now getting around the ground playing on the ball. He's a long way from goal here. Comes to McKay. Back to Kuda. Kicked by Kudafides. Over Hume to Thompson. Thompson got a touch but left it for his opponent. Into O'Sullivan. Centering kick. Misses the mark again. Burke is there. Hogg gets him. Burke has to paddle it. To Braddles. Kick by Bradley. Is another one offline for the Blues.
And now Carlton players are yelling at Bradley for popping away from 50 metres out. I mean, this is what's happened when the team is struggling. Sometimes subconsciously it's every man for himself, and instead of using the player in the best position, everybody wants to get a stat against their own name.
Well, not a good sign for the Blues either to see Greg Williams. He was struggling to get into the game. They had to really bench him.
Well, Waverley's never been Greg Williams' ground, I don't think. As he gets older and obviously a little bit slower, I think it becomes even more of a problem.
Here's a wide camera shot. As you can see, that build-up from defence. Peckett receives from Shanahan. Off he goes, Justin Peckett. He loves a run. He's gone right up towards the wing. Almost a mark up there, but taken away. Oh, he's run down Sexton by Harvey. Good play. Lappin. Aussie Jones, here he goes. Harvey, will he run round? He tips it into Lowe. Good play, Robert Harvey. Lowe will go. Will he kick his 5th? He stabs it. Everett. No mark. And a wry grin on the face of Big Stewie.
I'm not sure whether he thought the ball might have gone through. It's hard to tell. From the angle I was watching, I thought it was going to go across the face of goal. Let's have a look here. Maybe it was doing the in-swing. No, I think it was probably going to miss anyway.
Midway through the third quarter, 40 points the margin in favour of St Kilda. Bradley straight up to Sexton. Well done, Burke. Hickmott's hand pass to Ratten. Now Ratten finds a player in space, Hogg. Matthew Hogg. To full forward, Silvani. He spent most of his life saving goals. Occasionally he's kicked them. He's certainly kicked a bag of 8 once against the West Coast Eagles.
And all of a sudden Carlton are only 6 goals behind on the scoreboard. If Silvani can kick this, which he has.
Got it.
It was an excellent set play there by Carlton out of defence. Hogg hung back from the marking contest. They might have been in trouble if it had been spoiled. It was a Sexton got spoiled, but when Carlton got the ball free, Hogg ran through the centre square straight down the middle of the field, and then once Silvani dropped into space, Shanahan really just couldn't cover him.
Well, Steve Silvani will have loved to have kicked the goal. Fullbacks love to do exactly that. They're so used to defending. Here he goes again, Nathan Burt. He's just so good at the centre bounces. Sexton caught by Lowe. Loses the ball in the tackle. White went without it. Everett is there. Look at Zilla working overtime. He's a tough little cookie too. Taken by Brown. Drives up towards goal and has just missed. As Lappin raced back with desperation, couldn't get there. But all those little fellas, they are dangerous.
McKay kicks in. Manton in the back pocket. Lee, I might just ask you in running, can you pinpoint what it is about St Kilda that's turned them around from no hopers in the first 5 rounds to this?
Well, one of the things, Drew, is they got their best side on the field. I mean, Winmar's not playing today. He'd help them even more. And they've just had a lot of young players who've improved, plus they've got all their guns out there playing.
Oh, excellent mark by Cripps. And Fraser Brown, just has not been sharp today at all. Spent a lot of time on the bench. Here's Burke again. Sexton the punch. Zilla the spin. Chance for Lappin on McKay. Heatley. He's close enough. And look at Everett. 20 metres in the clear. He had Lappin running to the goal line, wanting the hand pass popped over, and Big Spider said, I think I'll have this.
Well, he wasn't sure what to do. Isn't it an eternity ago now when the two ruckmen used to go to the respective half-back lines? Now we have ruckman going into the forward line. McKernan did it so well. Everett's another one.
He's happy. What about that much vaunted Carlton defence?
Well, it's been cut apart today, yes, no doubt about that, but the ball has been surging in there so quickly, and Lowe's been marking the ball today. Here we see this situation. Heatley ends up getting the ball, but Everett, he's had 13 possessions around the ground. He's been dominating the hit-outs, and this is his second goal. So if you get the 2 or 3 goals out of your ruckman, they're just bonuses.
Big Spider Everett has kicked 2, and they seem to have all the answers, St Kilda. He's gone back to do the ruck work, and he flicks it down with the left hand. Taken by Ratten. A hurry kick down in the direction of Kernahan. Oh, tunnel balls everyone. Where are the Blues? There's Silvani. Trying to get out a hand pass. Oh, they've lost it again. Hudson. Wakeland. Cripps. He loves to run. He can go wide. He goes for Lowe instead. He could have given it to Harvey. Good tackle by Lappin. There's Harvey. Have a look at that for a handball to Lowe. Is this goal number 5? No, he's giving it straight to Dean. Oh, well done by Hall. Oh, that's holding the ball. The umpire's paid as the player tried to kick it.
Well, that is the prior opportunity. Yep. He had the prior opportunity and it was an incorrect disposal. I don't think he got his foot to the ball. He certainly tried to at the last minute. Let's have a look. No, he missed the ball, so therefore an incorrect disposal.
You cannot tell me that's any different to the one against Silvani.
Yeah, he had his 3, 4, 5 steps to run with the ball.
He just picked up the ball, Lee.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a look at this in the replay, and I'm sure you'll find he's had 3 or 4 steps once he took possession. That's the difference.
I thought Hall was onto him very, very quick. But anyway, it's a free kick, and Hall's going to have a shot for goal from 40. It looks good. It's a goal. And it's right through the middle. What did you think, John?
Well, there was no doubt in my mind that he had a prior opportunity to dispose of the ball. The only thing that I was uncertain about was whether his boot actually made contact with the footy.
He missed it.
Yeah, well, it was very similar to the one earlier, about 5 or 10 minutes ago on the boundary line on this side of the ground, where those little dribbly attempts to kick the ball, they're either construed by the umpire as not disposing of it, or they have disposed of it. And I think they've just got to be consistent one way or the other, because the one on this side was called as play on, and in that instance one umpire was calling play on and the other umpire actually paid the free kick.
Well, all I can suggest is be watching Talking Footy on Monday night. It'll go till Thursday. Bradley through Ratten and Whitehead. Short of the 50. O'Sullivan waits down and gets the palm down from Kernahan. Lorino gets past Harvey to Koutafidis. Brown, standing start. That's another miss. Kicking practice for the Blues during the week. 4-12 to 12 goals 10.
Yes, and David Parkin looks a very frustrated coach. And these are the times when you wouldn't want to be coaching. Lee, I suppose you've been through it.
No, when nothing's going right, you're getting your shots and you're kicking behinds. It just seems like sometimes it's just not your day.
Well, that's Joel Smith kicking at the centre wing, and mark taken by Hogg. Now, a free kick back here, like a holding decision, I think, against Manton, and we'll go to Heatley. And there've been a few of those today. Umpires have seen some interference off the ball. There's Lowe. Oh, it just marks it inside. And when those big hands go out, you know it's just not going to be fumbled. Up towards full forward. Hall is there. Zilla is over the back. Swooping on it is Bradley. Bradley kicks to space. Everett tries to... put the pressure on. Well done. But the umpire said he interfered with Allen, and Everett is not happy.
Joe Allen just behind the centre wing. Just under 6 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. Silvani switched to the forward line in this quarter. Shanahan, his opponent, all over the top of him. And Stephen Silvani would know all about that, with a defender making sure that ball's going nowhere. He's actually quite quick, Stephen Silvani. He looks as though he can't run out of sight in a week because the knees and the feet are going everywhere. Rovers needed here. The Saints have had him most of the day.
Tell you one thing, it's a common thread with the St Kilda side now. Whenever you look forward of the ball, all their defenders are body to body pushing into the opposition forward. They're always touching them, and that kind of real disciplined defence, I think, is just part of the whole ethic that's in the St Kilda team at present.
Stan Alves ordering the case of champers for home tonight. It's back into a big pack. Ratten tries to break it up. Bradley with his run, but runs out of room. Burke just over the line, throwing.
So it's on centre wing. There's Burkaby, close to best man on the ground. 18 kicks, 6 handballs. Gee, Stuart Lowe's been good too. He's taken 9 marks. There's Burke again. He'll cop one across the head. And I think the umpire spotted it. Well done. And little Nathan Burke will go back and have his kick. Well, he just goes in so hard for the ball, he's always going to get free kicks. This is Zilla, another tough little nut. Off he goes, Stephen Zilla, and brings it in towards half forward, low at the back. McKay, he's tried hard. Heatley. Oh, danger. Smith's got it. Joel Smith is marked 40 metres from goal directly in front.
He must have been tempted to go on with it, Joel Smith, but just not being aware of who was around him, he decided to go back. And he's such a good kick for goal, you would always think he's got a pretty good chance from this distance.
Well, this is his first of the game if he kicks it. And I think he might have missed by the hush. And he's pulled it left.
7 scoring shots each this quarter. The Saints have added 4-3. Carlton 2 goals 5. Hickmott. 3.5 minutes to three-quarter time. McKay up to half forward. Hume. Good spoil by Thompson. 2 men just making their way in the game, playing on each other. Well done, Andrew Thompson, who, as Lee said, has stepped up.
I think he's a player who's honest, sincere. He's come through the supplementary list. He's a worker and not born with enormous natural talent, but enough talent to have a chance to be a league player, and he's going to do his best to make the most of it.
Well, I agree with you, Lee. That was fantastic, the desperation. Here he is again. Nathan Burke to Zilla. And they've got the loose man going. Heatley on the lead. He's going to kick a goal low. Now he needs it to bounce to the right. It does bounce. And rolls through for a behind.
Those players like Thompson, I think they're just fantastic examples of their teammate for their teammates. When they see a player playing well and just really working at it and improving all the time, it just helps the rest of the team to be convinced of that principle.
Saints lead by 8 goals as Hickmott. Oh, look at this. He's kicked straight to Everett. Everett can give it to Jones here. In fact, it's Gray now coming in. He could have given it to Jones, who was on his own, or a St Kilda player down and hurt Jones. Play on, the advantage play. Jones over here to Lappin, who drives a goal. Hit the post. He's hit the post. And they've had, I think, St Kilda 3 posters today.
That's right, Pete.
12-13 to 4-12. Troy Gray's up and about. He's okay.
The official crowd has just been passed in. 44,883. I'm not surprised it's that many. Great crowd. Here's Burke. Hogg takes it over the line. Now, Troy Gray was injured a moment ago, and here's how it happened. Hit the ground hard in Fraser Brown's tackle, and straight away he knew he was in a bit of trouble. He's okay now, he's on his feet. And back at half-back. Harvey, the hand pass. Smith beats Murphy. Oh, Lowe could get lucky.
Well, if that had a bounce through for a goal, the Carlton would have called it a real shock. 8 goals in front, St Kilda. 2 minutes to go until three-quarter time. Rowan Welsh on screen. Finds McKay. Nearly be Carlton's best player, Andrew McKay. Welsh. Centre wing. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was pace and desperation by Thompson, but then he couldn't quite hang on to the mark. He's going to go again. Oh, good play, Thompson. Kicks to half-forward mark taken by Murphy.
Yes, Thompson, he's just the bloke who's done it through perseverance. Long time in the reserves, supplementary list. Just kept on putting his hand up for selection, and it's finally happened for him this year. He's playing his 10th game of league football today. Here's Kernahan out at centre wing. To Silvani now at full forward. And Shanahan left him and took the mark. Cripps. Thompson building on the stats. Hall in midfield. Sexton did well. Actually, he didn't get the spoil in, and Heatley took the mark. Peckett to Lappin. Matthew Lappin over his head to Jones. Oh, great play. Lappin followed up.
He meant that.
Play on, said the umpire. I think he said didn't go far enough. Everett. Lowe is there. And still with Stewie Lowe. And now Stephen Zilla for the goal. They should do a head count. They've got too many players.
That's what running's all about. I mean, we've said it ad nauseum today. I think it always gets boring. But you saw that situation there where there's about 4 St Kilda players to 2 at least Carlton. Let's just have a look at this. It's the marking contest. It's 2 against 2. Then the 2 other ground level players arrive for the support. 4's going to beat 2 every time.
And that little pass back there to Everett off the side of it, that was deliberate, that little 10-metre pass.
Yeah, how was that quick hands from Aussie Jones? That's the Jones to Lappin, back to Lappin, and then to Everett.
So back to the centre. This is becoming a real hiding at the moment. That's Allen. Robert Harvey's got it. Oh, dodging, weaving. Oh, clever hand pass to Hudson. Here's Thompson running through the middle. Can they get another one? Oh, yes, Heatley. Was it in the back? No, said the umpire. And they swoop in the St Kilda players. Here's a chance for a shot at goal. Across the face. And I think that was Thompson having a pot shot. He's kicked it behind.
We got that classic with Heatley. Didn't get his hands to the ball. Tried to take the chest mark, and that allowed the player to spoil from behind. If he'd got his hands out in front of him, it would have been a pretty tough ball to spoil.
Just seconds remaining in the third quarter. I'm sure the Blues... Oh, he's bowled a no ball. He was well over the line. Stewie Lowe pointing it out to the umpire. got away with it. Mark to Welsh. And I'll bet the Carlton players wish that was the full-time siren. It's only three-quarter time. And the St Kilda fans are rejoicing in the way their beloved Saints are going. Well, the Saints could have a nice old percentage boost here today if they can restrict the Blues to just 4 goals for the day. Burke to Everett, inside the 50. Heatley tries one off the ground. Sexton caught with it. And when Heatley tried one off the ground, he got Welsh.
Welsh is hurt calling to the trainers.
Glove doesn't help you in that situation. He spent most of the day on the bench, and John Russo said how cool it is down there, so it'd be nice and cold. Brown gave it away to Smith. This is just offline and through for a behind. Actually, if we can criticise Joel Smith, I've got him for 4 behinds, no goals.
Well, there's Rowan Welsh going down, and he immediately clutched his stomach.
Might have been clutching his hand, I think. Pete, he might have just got a kick in the hand.
Might have been the hand too. As we see Andrew McKay, he came outside that white line again. Here's Everett. Bending it back in front of goal. Low! Allen copped it in the back with the knees then, and he's in a bit of pain too. Hand pass comes out to Welsh. Onto Murphy, he's had a day to forget. Hogg. Hume. Oh, well done by Thompson to Burke. Oh, it's Burke, that's a little fumble. Then he eventually gets a kick. No doubt about him. Down the centre half forward, this is Dean.
Thompson put Hume, and he's down and out. They're calling for assistance.
That's Sexton to Allen. Hardly seen Allen all day. To half forward. Kudafiti's been very, very quiet. Taken away by Hudson. He can go out here to Brown on his own. Back to Hudson, will he? No, he'll kick it long looking for Everett. He's underneath it. Allen lopes after it, but it beats him over the line. Well, look at those stop marks in his back where Lowe tried to take that screamer over him.
Just goes to show.
He shot the hard stops.
Well, you don't see it, but players get scratched a lot from those kind of things. But that ripped jumper, you can really see it on this one.
Here's Robert Harvey dancing a bit of magic. Oh, that is brilliant football. And Heatley gets on the end of it. And he comes up with a grin.
How's that balk, Lee, of Harvey?
Well, we know that is just one of the skills of Robert Harvey. That swerve, that sideways movement, the fantastic balance, the ability to change direction quickly. And that was a typical Harvey move. He could have ran further and kicked the ball to the open goal square, but he just chipped it short to the leading player.
Now Heatley has kicked just 1 today. Make it 2.
Yes, fantastic bit of play. Again, the St Kilda running brigade running away from Carlton from that set play at the boundary throw in. And again, Harvey could have gone for the open goal, but chipped it short, which he's going to do most often. And the thing that's important in football is to actually get every goal, because at the end of the season, percentage is likely to separate a lot of teams. So every goal you kick or have scored against you is important.
Well, St Kilda going on with it. Plenty of time left in this match to really build that percentage. Oh, Everett doing it easy. Kudafiti's burst his way through the middle. We haven't seen enough of that today. Silvani on the lead is touching it to his chest. And Steve Silvani will kick the goal from about 40 metres. He's already kicked 1.
Greg Williams is on the ground. He's causing a bit of fuss off the ball here. And it's actually, he's going to get a free kick. It's against Gray to Williams.
I think it is going to Williams, but they've gained about 10 metres with this kick. I mean, Silvani was really only 10 metres away, wasn't he?
What's interesting, that I suppose, if that infringement had taken place, and John Russo, you're down there, John, if that infringement had taken place behind the ball, I wonder whether it would have been behind the kicker, whether it would have been a 50-metre penalty. But as Williams was forward of Silvani, he's got the free.
Well, there's the kick. I think
And
he
kick
might
the goal.
Yes, he looks happy enough. Let's see, it's a goal.
John Russo,
Yeah, well, obviously.
if that Williams free kick had been behind Silvani, would it have been a 50-metre penalty?
It's only paid as a 50-metre penalty if it prevents the player from running past to take a handball, Lee.
Right, okay. So if it had been a free kick, say, against the St Kilda player to Williams, behind Silvani, what would have happened? Anything?
Well, probably just speak to the player and leave the free kick stand, because the instruction is that if it stops him from running past to take a handball, should the 50-metre penalty be paid.
Okay.
Oh, Troy, look, Greg Williams dobbing in Troy Gray to the umpire there.
So Everett wins the hit out of the middle. Whitehead to Hogg. He made it tough for O'Sullivan. Whitehead followed up to Fraser Brown. Williams caught behind, and Gray said, "Hey, cop that, Diesel," and knocks it towards the boundary line. Greg Williams certainly always got plenty to say. He spent about half the game on the bench, and they're low stats for him, 4 and 3. Comes to Bradley. Silvani leading. Shanahan right with him, wearing him like a Carlton jumper. Silvani recovers, snaps for goal, good effort! What a goal by Stephen Silvani!
Yes, good player, isn't he, Stephen Silvani? He's gone forward after half-time, and he has at least given the Blues a target down there. That was really just the snapshot goal. Of course, he was deprived at the shot of the goal when Greg Williams kicked the last one. This time, again, the body-to-body contact between Silvani and Shanahan, just pushing into each other. Probably a Shanahan free kick there, then maybe a Kernan one. But the play was allowed to go on, and Silvani was able to pick up and kick the ball over the shoulder for goal.
Steve Silvani has kicked 2. And probably enjoying it better down forward than he did in defence when it was going down there at the rate of knots. There's Bradley. Down towards Wakeland. Taken by Thompson, almost a throw. The umpire is calling it that, a throw, as he sort of flicked it up and then hit it with one hand. And the St Kilda crowd not happy about it. But it did look a bit iffy. And Thompson speaking to the umpire, Mark Nash. Oh, he was held by one hand.
Isn't that a shocking feeling when you got the ball and someone's got hold of your arm? You know, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Kernahan will go for his third from directly in front. It looks pretty good. It's through the middle. Is he missed? No, he hasn't missed. It's
yes,
a goal
these last couple of goals to Carlton. As I say, it's the match is won. I don't think there's any doubts in Kilda going to win. Carlton couldn't win. But every goal is so important at the end of the season. But there in the coaching's box, both Parkin for Carlton and Els for St Kilda, they'll be riding on every goal, because at the end of the season, I tell you, every goal's going to count in where you're going to finish on the ladder.
Well, already this is Carlton's best quarter of the game. We're only 8.5 minutes in. They've kicked 3 goals. In the previous 3 quarters, they managed 1, 1 and 2. And 2 of these in the last quarter through free kicks. They could be expensive in the end. St Kilda, there's a high tackle to Burke. Helmet and all, they got him. And the free kick to the little champ, Nathan Burke. 22 kicks, 7 handballs. This time, away to Murphy. He plays for the opposition. Hogg to O'Sullivan. Kernahan a long way from goal. Silvani, O'Sullivan. Kudafiti's a chance. No mark. Murphy a little toe poke. Cripps back there for the Saints. Right footer, not so flash on the left, straight out of bounds. Hume quickly takes it into Ratten, who's about 42 metres from goal, but pretty wide out.
But a very good kick, Brett Ratten. If you had to have your money on someone to have a shot at goal from this distance, I think Ratten, beautiful kick of the ball.
So Ratten will still take a good kick from here, just inside 50. It won't quite make the distance, and floating across the front, taking the mark is Everett. Good reading of the play by Everett. Just in case it dropped short, he came across. I mean, he's been a good player.
He has
controlled the hit-outs. He's just so mobile, Everett. Beautiful kick. Low flies again, but he's underneath it. Taken by Sexton. This is Murphy putting it up high. Kernahan takes front position. But he's got support there from Koutafidis, who comes across the front and takes the mark.
And that's what Carlton, and I think even footy fans would wanted to see from Koutafidis, the leap into the ball, those good strong hands. So far today he's just been pretty wishy-washy in the way he's played. That time he set himself for the mark and got it.
He's been known to take about 18 a game. Today he's taken 3.
But he's yet to score a goal. He's normally a pretty accurate kick. Oh, it's a wobbly kick, but I think it's effective. It's a goal. Bit of an aeroplane kick, but went through.
Yes, certainly wasn't the copybook spinning drop punt. It was just a flat floater that went straight through. However, the goal umpire didn't have to move. And again, see, Koutafidis jumps at the ball from the front position. Only time today we've seen that kind of play where he's really set himself and gone at the ball like he really wanted it and it was going to be no one else's.
Tony Brown has gone off for St Kilda, and Daniel Healy comes on for his first run for the day. Koutafidis goes at it with Hudson. We go back to the ball in the middle. Burke gets it out. Jones 20 metres in the clear. He's got time to fumble. Still wins the football. The hand pass sits up for Harvey. Oh, goal coming up. Smith. Joel Smith, no, not off the left. He hooked it. Now Joel Smith, I've got him for no goals, 5 behind.
And so is our statistician, Drew, so I think you're right. Yes, he's a good kick of the ball. Normally a good converter, Smith, but has kicked a lot of hurried shots today and missed them all.
Here's Allen. No, it's not. It's Sexton. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Harvey. He still gets a handball in, Harvey, but it's gone back to Sexton. Centre wing, Burke's underneath it. Kernahan in the middle. I think he's marked Steve Kernahan. I don't think there was any doubt about that one. He's still got those good sticky fingers. He's going short. Finds Ratten. Brett Ratten way out at half forward. He's going to bring it in towards Silvani. Oh, big punch away was by Gray. He goes low trying to crash through the pack. A free kick though in the meantime will go Carlton's way. Will go to Hobb. Matthew Hobb is kicking it wide because he spotted a teammate and he finds him in white, or was it Whitehead it was, and eventually finds Allen. Now Matt Allen will kick for goal. He's going to kick it short as well to Williams, and he'll get the hoots now, the St Kilda supporters. No one seems to like Greg, do they?
No, they used to be jealous of him.
Yeah. Anyway,
he's the dark prince of football, isn't he?
He's been a fantastic player, Williams. There's the kick at goal. And he looks happy. It's a goal.
Well, it's certainly given the Blues supporters something to think about and cheer about in this last quarter. I mean, we're only, 6 goals down, 35 points is the margin. But Carlton are finishing strongly. They're starting to even work their way into a chance of winning the game. But if nothing else, they're trying to reduce the margin dramatically in this last bit.
And Stan Alves has made 2 changes. Heatley off, Sierakowski on for his first run. So Sierakowski and Healy are both on for their first gallop in this last quarter. And we're just past the midway point of the term, and Stan Alves won't be happy with what's happening because Carlton are outscoring the Saints in this last term. Allen goes for goal, has kicked it well, and there's another one for the Blues. Well, they're coming home with a rush. They've kicked 6 goals in 14 minutes, and St Kilda just won.
And again, forward football, just keep the ball forced forward, and eventually a Carlton player got it. Just look at Ratten here. The kick off the ground started, charges in after it again. The quick hands from Bradley. Just keep the ball running forward, and while he was just getting tackled, Alan, he was able to just to keep his balance enough to score the goal.
Well, there's still 5 goals down, but at least it's given them supporters some heart. 4 goals, 5 down, so it's virtually 5 they've got to score, so you still back St Kilda from here, but if they could get a couple more quick ones. Murphy crashes his way through. Or they go forward again, the Blues. Great kick to Williams. Oh, he might get caught here. No, he won't. Oh, he's taken too long. Now he gives it off. Whitehead. Kernahan. Still Kernahan. And oh, they messed around with that Carlton. They really had a chance.
Well, I think Greg Williams, I think I knew what he was trying to do. Yep. He was trying to get back inside to open up the angle, but he got past one tackler, tried to sell the hand pass to the second guy, and the thing come unstuck.
Saints led by 57 points at three-quarter time. Now, surely they couldn't lose it from there. There's time left for Carlton. There's Cripps taking it back defensively. Kick out wide towards the boundary line, and out she goes, just outside the 50. 5 goals to win from here. They'd need to keep St Kilda scoreless to do it, Carlton, and there's time to do it. So St Kilda have got to find a goal or two, which seems remarkable when they led by about 10 goals at three-quarter time. Allen to Williams. This time he gets clear. Not in the direction he wanted. Back to Bradley. Kernahan uses his hips to get rid of his opponent. A chance here for Whitehead. Oh, he just didn't pull it back far enough.
Well, they're doing all the attacking, the Blues, at the moment. I think they might have copped a burst at three-quarter time.
It's amazing momentum in football, isn't it? I mean, as soon as the Blues started the quarter, well, grabbed a bit of momentum, the morale of their side lifts, and all of a sudden now they're the side that's making all the play.
Justin Pickett kicks to the half-back area. Lowe is there. Sexton's after him. He's got it. Gets in a hand pass. Well played. And Luco Sullivan couldn't control it. We'll throw in.
And the important point here for the Saints is they knew they had the game won at three-quarter time. Now that there is some doubt about that, there is some question, to not panic and think to yourself, gee, what have we done here? We've blown this game. So they've just got to keep their composure back, panic, go and play back to basics again.
There's 10 minutes left in this game. That's Troy Gray. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Whitehead. Whitehead will put it up in front of goal. Can Silvani take a mark? Oh, didn't quite hang on to it. Still a chance for Allen. Now Shanahan, who drives it out. Koutafidis waits. Hudston's after him. Good umpiring to let it go, but Koutafidis latches onto it. He runs inside 50. Oh, hit the post. Gee, they're doing all the attacking now, the Blues. Oh,
free kick, Silvani!
It's a free kick, Silvani in the square. And Jamie Shanahan, hands on hips.
Now that's the Koutafidis you want. That Koutafidis, he won the ball. He was about 70 metres out from goal. He found the yard, he backed himself and he took off. And that got the ball onto the goal line to create the opportunity that Silvani will finish.
Well, he's kicking his third here, Silvani. Through it goes. Well, different complexion on the game now. Now the Saints are under the hammer. They still lead by 3 goals 4, which is a damn good lead.
Well, it's a handy lead, 22 points. But as I say, it's a question, and this is the situation on the goal line. Oh, I thought that's pretty dicey when you look at it. We have the benefit of the replay. I think Silvani took the dive and the umpire basically fell for it.
Well, St Kilda fans sitting in stunned silence at the moment. They can't believe what's happening with this big comeback by the Blues in the last term. Jones caught in possession. Play on. There's Healy, number 6, fresh player in the last quarter. Now Pryor will ball it up. Allen got a hand to it. Jones gets it inside 50. Stewie Lowe. Dean. And you can feel the Carlton players lifting all around the ground. Maybe they've got a sniff of a chance. 8 3/4 minutes remaining. 22 points the margin. You can kick 4 goals in 3 minutes.
Well, the next goal vital. If St Kilda get it there, Stanells, he knows he's still got about 4-goal lead up his sleeve. There's Zilla going to ground. Whitehead. Now they've got the rebound going here. Murphy. Oh, a bit slow, but he eventually got rid of it. Welsh inside to McKay. A vital bad kick by McKay. Straight to Cripps when they had the possession of the ball. Oh, bad turnover. Here's Healy. Left foot kick. Oh, danger here. Lowe will mark this. Oh, he had his name written all over it.
Yes, that Mackay turnover just might close the door for Carlton. He came out of halfback, Mackay, and he had Hume clear, but he missed him straight to Cripps, the opponent. Back she comes on the rebound, and Lowe has this shot to really steady the ship for St Kilda, which has looked extremely wobbly in this last 10 minutes.
Manton's back on the ground. Lowe has kicked 4. He looked like kicking about 10 early. He's on a quality opponent in Sexton, who's been a great player this year. Stewie Lowe to shut the gate, I reckon, if he kicks this.
Yes, I think the morale might be sapped if he can get this goal.
Lowe for goal number 5. Oh, it's out to the right a little bit. No, I think he's missed. Yes. So the Carlton supporters breathe a sigh of relief. Stanells would be disappointed with that.
4 goals, 3. Stewie Lowe. McKay takes this mark at halfback. There is time for the Blues. Great penetration with the kick. Kernahan can't mark. O'Sullivan gets it going Carlton's way. Hogg the hand pass. Bradley inside to Whitehead. Whitehead for goal. Has kicked it. Oh, here come the Blues.
Well, this is amazing. I was going to say, Drew, I thought we were going to sit here and just see our time in the last quarter, but all of a sudden, within 3 goals now, 17 points. And that Stuart Lowe miss, I mean, that's so important. It's kept the door open from the clearance from this kick-out. It was all Carlton players surging for. You say, where were they in the first half? Now they've got the run. Now it's St Kilda that are struggling. The game has just turned so dramatically in the last 15 minutes.
Well, they've got 7 minutes, Carlton, to make up 3 goals. Now, 3 goals is not a lot in modern-day football, and the way they're playing, they've got the momentum. Well, the Saints, they have to score a goal. Well done by Everett. Williams blocked off that hand pass. Thompson. Well played, Harvey. Beautifully done to Thompson. Oh, this could be it. Hall. No mark. Well done, Dean. Now they're a chance, Carlton. Dean has kicked it out with the mark taken by Aussie Jones. 50 metres from goal. And Jones is a good kick.
Well, we know he can kick the ball, Jones. It's going to have to be a good kick. He'll be on the 50-metre mark. It's just a real test of not only his skill, but his ability to do it under pressure.
So Aussie Jones will kick for goal for his 3rd. And he has missed. So again, Carlton still a rough chance. They've got 6 minutes. They need 3 goals.
And St Kilda are playing man-to-man on the kick-ins, and it's very hard to cover everybody when that's the method you play.
In the last quarter, Carlton have kicked 8 goals, 1. St Kilda, 1 goal, 4. So what was happening earlier in the game has seen a total reversal in this last quarter. Good mark to Murphy. And if Carlton get up from 57 points down at 3/4 time, it'll be the greatest comeback in 101 years of football. Previous biggest deficit to win was 45 points by Brisbane against Hawthorn at the Gabba a couple of years ago. Zilla gets the hand pass out to Lowe. Lowe thumps it long. Everett unmarked. Oh, he's dropped it! Can you believe it? It
was going through for a goal.
It was.
I don't think he knew whether to mark it or let it go, so he's done neither.
No, but it's a handy point.
Oh, it's a handy point.
Yeah, because it gives them 3 goals won now, and they have to get 4 scoring shots. Carlton is Kudafidis. Where was he early in the game? He's lifted, but gee, he had to.
Tell Everett it was a handy point.
I know, I tell you what, I think he'd rather have got the goal somehow.
I don't think Stan Ells would be saying that in the coach's box at the moment.
Oh, I reckon it still helps. You're going to go to 19 points instead of the 18. Sexton, gee, if they get the next goal, we'll be on. Time running out for the Blues, but it's been a great last quarter. Here's a kick. Silvani's got 2 to beat. Over the back. Jamie Shanahan. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Hickmott. He'll swing it back. Where's Kernahan? Punched away from him. Nathan Burke went in hard. Kicked away by Wakeland. No mark. Well played, Sexton. Desperation by Lowe. Oh, hand pass over the head was by Lappin. Here's Robbie Harvey.
Oh, Harvey's hand pass. The leading handballer in the competition has given it up to Carlton. Brown slaps the ball up. Thompson. Jones. He just ran them ragged in the first 3 quarters. Kicked by Jones nowhere. Peter Dean is back there for the Blues. Into Hickmott. Just under 4 minutes left. They trail by 3 goals won. Stewie Lowe stands tall and takes the mark. Well, St Kilda led by 20 at quarter time, 37 at half time, 57 at 3/4 time, and look how far. And they're under threat to lose the game. Smith. Long kick by Joel Smith. That's the sealer. There's a man who's kicked 1 goal, 5 for the day, and finally he gets on target.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it was just kick to kick, wasn't it? It was so desperate this last 2 minutes. Both sides were just kicking it backwards and forwards. There wasn't too much direction in it. And then finally St Kilda were able to put the chain of possessions together. Smith from outside the 50-metre mark, he picked a pretty good time to make sure it went through, because that's probably made it impossible for Carlton.
And as you look around the ground, people are starting to stream out because they realise that was the last roll of the dice. Everett and Allen, they've tried hard, Carlton, in this final term. They're a proud club. There's Harvey going forward to Lowe, back with the flight of the ball. Hickmott. Sexton, Murphy. Now Bradley. Bradley has got Allen. Back to Bradley. He can chip it out wide. Whitehead. He marks centre wing.
3 minutes left. Into Sexton. 110 to 85. 25 points the margin. Fraser Brown last up. Plenty of time on the bench today. He's had 12 possessions. Greg Williams also benched. 11 possessions. Kernahan palms it out. But Harvey for St Kilda. Hickmott approached the ball and marked in front of his opponent Smith. Ratten. And coming out very wide. Clock ticking all the time. 2 1/4 minutes. No time left now for Carlton. But what a comeback from 57 points down at the last change. Williams. Double fist away out of defence by Wakeland. Goes to Lappin. Lappin's kick out of bounds will do the Saints at this stage. Sexton. Just inside the line, Whitehead marks.
He's got to play on quickly. He has to look at the umpire. Kicks it up high. And he's kicked it straight down there to Sierakowski. And on the bench most of the day. Here's Lowe. Takes yet another mark. He certainly has done plenty of that today. He's taken 12 marks. There's the kick around the boundary line. And to the safety of the boundary line.
Well, this has been a real tortoise and hare game of football. And we talked about how the Saints were like hares and Carlton were like the tortoise. And slow team came good towards the end of the game. Williams got the hand pass away. Ratten. If Carlton had played like this all day, they wouldn't have got themselves so deeply in the soup. Everett puts it out in front of Jones, who's been blisteringly quick all day. Into Lappin. Man unmarked near the forward pocket. And Healy takes the mark. Daniel Healy about 40 metres from goal. Benched for just over 3/4, came on in this last term.
And involved in the last chain that got Smith the shot at goal. Just the fresh legs may have just helped St Kilda. They hardly used their interchange bench until into this last quarter.
He's got distance. I think so. A goal! Stan Hales can breathe again.
Well, the problem is, I mean, St Kilda certainly got within the risk of losing, no doubt about that. But having won the game, all of a sudden you think, gee, we should have won this by 12 goals and we're going to win it probably by 5. And as I mentioned earlier, you get so conscious of the percentage when the season is so tight.
I suppose that to come good sooner or later, Carlton, because they were pretty ordinary for 3/4. So again, it's Everett and Allen. Everett with two hands. Sexton. Ratten it was. Getting it to Andrew McKay. Down the Manton, who marks. 25 seconds left as Manton bends it back in front of goal. Silvani and Shanahan. Two real goers. It comes off hands and over the line.
Well, at one stage it was 8-1 to 1-4 in this last quarter. But that's been the Blues' lot. And the Saints have kicked the last two. They've actually managed 3-5 to 8-1 now. They'll get the 4 premiership points, but not as much of a percentage boost as they thought. Ball back out of play. Just seconds left on the clock. So St Kilda, whose recent run against Carlton has been hard to fault, especially at Waverley, will continue on. Beat them in the year the Blues won the premiership in '95. Beat them in the grand final of the Ansett Cup. They're going to beat them again in '97. A high ball. Silvani's there. It comes to the front to Hogg. After the siren, there's no score. St Kilda home after a fright in the last quarter. Boy, they're happy to get out of that.
Yes, they would be. I mean, they played so well. There's still 36 scoring shots to 25. I mean, when they had the chance to absolutely nail it, St Kilda, they missed a few shots, but certainly a terrific last quarter from Carlton to kick 8 goals and to work their way into it and at least give their fans something to cheer about when the match looked absolutely dead and buried at 3/4 time.
They finished up winning by 31 points. After winning the first 3 quarters and leading by 57 at 3/4 time. Carlton won the last quarter by 26 points. But St Kilda get the premiership points and they break the deadlock because they go 1 win ahead of the Blues on the ladder, 7 wins to 6. St Kilda 16-20, 116 to 12-13, 85.